All right, hello guys. We are in. All right. Do want to quiet some of that down. Okay. We're ready. How you guys doing? How are we doing on this fine Halloween day for those of you who celebrate, or Halloween, or just October 31st, I suppose. Although some of you may or may not have celebrations on Halloween. Okay. Anyway, none of that. None of that. So, today we're going to finish up the program counter. Although, I'm kind of debating whether or not to... I just don't really know. I don't know to, like, zoom in. Like, I'm kind of more, like, talking this. Oh, whoa. That's crazy business. Like this? Oh, there we go. Is that nice? Is that, like, good? Zoom in on that. Just like that. I think that might be a nice change. Ooh, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I was getting a little excited. I was thinking maybe since it's like spookier last day of October, you know, some people like Halloween. Whoa. I didn't even know this could zoom out that way. Okay, hang on. I gotta adjust a few things. Oh, it's November for you? Oh, thank you for letting me know that. I'll update that immediately. Technically, it is not Escape from the Backrooms anymore. That's what it was. That was a very good stream, by the way. But I like just going into just chatting. I keep forgetting to like actually update the Twitch stream. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. There we go. Put it in Twitch chat. Although this might be a little delayed, I'm doing my best. If I want it live streamed on YouTube and on Twitch, unfortunately, that's the solution. Okay. I think this is good. I think this is big. I think you guys can see plenty. It goes from here all the way to like here. Maybe just a tiny bit more zoomed out. Whoa, that's just too much. And then maybe I'll move it down just slightly. There we go. So now it takes us all the way up here to right here, which is the edge. It's the edge of my computer. Okay. I should have 100% like fixed that before the stream. I'm just really bad at realizing what I need to do. Yeah, no kidding. CPU's a little daunting, but we're working on it. We're working on it. But yeah, welcome. I'm glad you're in the future. I honestly prefer November over October. I mean, October's very pretty and everything, but I don't know why. I just love. I feel like it's more festive, and I just enjoy it a little more. Also, Thanksgiving for Americans are there, which means I get to eat a lot of food. Oh. Oh wow, so you're not even like a normal, like you're not one of my viewers. That's crazy. Well, welcome. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to mislead you or put you in the wrong direction. I just like to do streams on Fridays where I build my CPU, and then every other day I just, you know, play a game usually or something like that. But yep, building a CPU from scratch. It's about you can't even see it. It's off frame, but it's like it's pretty big right now. Just for reference, here's my like little diagram. Sorry, that's part of my costume. Oh, thank you. I actually think I might have. Yeah, there it is. Thank you so much. Yeah. So this is my program counter, and that's this itty bitty little thing right here. You may or may not be able to see that clearly on your screen. But yeah. Yeah, so this is that. This is the biggest part of my computer. And all of these little blocks are this size. And then this is broken up into 4 blocks of these. So like this one here is like this little block, and then that little block. Oh no, that's totally okay. That's totally. I'm just giving you I'm just clarifying what the CPU is looking like. Like this block right here, Hang on, I'll go grab it. Whoa! I'm trying to figure out how to grab it. Oh. There we go. I have it. Okay. That is... You're not a dummy. You just don't have too much interest in, like, learning how a CPU is built. But I do apologize. Maybe... I was actually considering playing Escape from the Backrooms today. Yeah. Here it is. Here it is. So, this is my ALU. That's just this part of the CPU. And then this all combined is the CPU. And then this is the program counter, which is the PC, the word PC here, abbreviated. As you can see, it's labeled PC. That is what I'm building. And then, yeah, so I'm going to have like 2 more of these boards. So like this will be right here on the CPU. If I move that over, that'll be like right here. And then we'll have 2 more breadboards here and 3 more here. And that will be my CPU. So yeah, it'll fit like all in frame, but it takes like the whole window. These are for testing only, so don't worry. It's scary. I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks for the follow though. That's awesome. I'm glad you have a little interest. Maybe you can watch me play Escape the Backrooms with my buds a little later. I did have a blast this last Monday whenever I played it with my friends, so definitely have to continue that. There was a few clips I need to post as well on my YouTube channel in particular. Although I have 2 YouTube channels, so that's a little complicated. Because I have the one where I game, because I love gaming, but also I love this stuff. I love building all that, so. It is 1 a.m. for you. Wow. You are up late, aren't you? I mean, it's 8:07 for me, so very much still. Where would that be? Are you like, is that UK time? Are you in the UK or Europe at least somewhere? It's pretty late though. But yeah, just stay here and chill if you want. Totally up to you. If you have any questions, let me know. Usually I have more people tune in, but it is Halloween for many people, so I might not get as many people as I normally do just because they're celebrating or having fun or partying or something. I'm glad you came in and hung out with me. Yeah, I have the daunting task of connecting, like this works currently. I can actually show it to you if you want to see some blinky lights right now. Definitely let me know. You're from the Netherlands. That's nice. That's fun. I don't know much about the Netherlands really. I've heard great things, that's for sure. Oh, okay. This is my clock. This is my program counter. Basically just means da 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 da. It's gonna count up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then yeah, so on and so forth. So it like just counts up. Oh yeah, it's PI, you're correct. PI and then S would be like pies plural. Yeah, you had a class on Raspberry Pis. Intriguing. As long as it's not the cooking form, that's actually pretty cool. I've never had that opportunity. Was that like in university or like high school, like or whatever the equivalent would be in the Netherlands there? Because I'm very intrigued. I had to teach myself about the Raspberry Pis, but if you want, I can explain in Common Grounds which Raspberry Pi is it, like the... Oh, did I seriously take that one off my desk? I promise. I actually like literally had one up here. I think I put it up because I stopped using it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's gone. Well, regardless, I had Raspberry Pi 4 anyway, like the ones that are like yay bigs. Hey, that's fun. That's a good project. I was building a Fallout 4 radio replica with a Raspberry Pi. But I assume it's the Raspberry Pi 4 then. Oh, wow. Fair enough, fair enough. That's pretty impressive still. I mean, I never started messing with this stuff until I was like, how old was I? 16, 17 maybe? I think I was about that age. Okay, I'm looking for 2 wires here. I'll do this one. Both are brown, but for testing purposes, it shouldn't get too crazy. Oh, there's a hair. I did dye my hair black temporarily for Halloween, so that's gonna startle me. Okay, so this is my clock. That's powered on now. Yep, and then I just connect it to this. Or not. Wait, hang on. Clear. Oh, clear is not on. Oh, wrong one. And then this is my load. So but it's not load, so I want it off. And I want... Oh, I see what's going on. My bad. I'm not clocking. I'm not pulsing. Whoa. Okay. There we go. That is the program counter. Oh, I went as... You know what? I could probably pull it up on stream. I mean, you probably know who it is, but, you know, this is my excuse to finally, like, do something fun. So, hey, happy Halloween. Welcome to the stream. From YouTube, over on YouTube. Fantastic. I want to go and capture... Let's capture a Google Chrome window, but, like, a different one. I'm just being complicated, but it's okay. I need this one. Okay. I'm going as... Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on. Copy that. And then put that onto this one. Paste duplicate. There we go. I'm going as this guy, Zuko. I mean, that's what I was today anyway. Was Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. My hair is currently black and it's normally blonde. Blonde hair, blue eyes. There you go. Black hair. It's temporary though. Got lots of compliments. Everybody was like, "Wow, that was a good one." Had a hand make it, so that was really fun. Hey, Zuko here. I have to restore my honor. Oh, awesome. I have to catch the avatar and restore my honor. Yeah. Fun stuff. Very happy though. That's rough, buddy. Yeah, good times. It was a very fun costume. I hadn't done anything like that before, especially one that involved me dyeing my hair and wearing contacts for once, because I'm usually a glasses kind of guy. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it, if I'm being honest with myself. Somebody told me, well, what was their quote? It was the one where Zuko was, they were doing like the play of the Fire Nation, and then they were like, "It's on the wrong eye," and it like wasn't. The scar's on the wrong side, or whatever. I don't know. I can't even remember exactly how it goes, but it was very fun. Love the show. Fantastic. Anyway, here's a program counter. That's just been going. Right now should be on like line, what is that? Over 64, 128, 256, 512, something, 600 probably, something. Going pretty fast with this little guy. And then this is probably going at like 20 hertz. I don't know. How many times per second is that? How quickly does it get? I would say like 10 hertz. Anyway, this is 2 megahertz, so that's pretty fast. Oh yeah, the YouTube, the glasses. Yeah, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, I wear contacts usually. I even had to break out the contact solution so I could like actually see. But it was a good time. It was a good time. I haven't worn contacts in a long time, so that was great. So I have YouTube and Twitch combined. So you can watch the same stream on YouTube as it is on Twitch as well. So you see the exact same thing, but you can see their chat here. So I have it like going, so you guys can like chat together. Oh yeah, that's it. Amazing Zuko costume. The scar's on the wrong side though. The scar ain't on the wrong side. Yeah. Um, program counter. Anyway, that's pretty much what I'm building today. I'm gonna build a little more too, but this is the primary focus, and this is my clock for testing purposes. Which I don't even have the clock listed in here, because it's kind of like a you plug and go kind of thing. Like it's actually, this whole thing is for testing, and all I really need is just this. This is just the clock. Oh, you're passing out candy. That's awesome. I do not live in a place where passing out candy is like common. I can go somewhere, like I know people who can pass out candy, but I'm happy. What are you dressed up as anything, passing out candy? Ah, yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. My girlfriend is currently right back there making her costume. Um, she looked at me all mad. She didn't actually look mad, but she's going as Katara because we're like doing the ship route, not the accurate route. So if you're mad by that, I'm sorry. Although you might be able to see the fit on it. What? She's glued. She glued her hand. Um. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. That's awesome. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. What was I doing? Wires. Wiring. Yeah, you might be able to see pictures on Twitch. Or not Twitch. I don't even think I got a picture of myself. I didn't take a picture of myself. My phone's up here, so I can't actually... I'm using my phone as my webcam. Because this guy doesn't work as well, unfortunately. I was really hoping. And then I paid $5 and then got a year of, like, OBS casting to the phone. But, I got sidetracked. Important thing is that I am probably going to post pictures of the costume fit on Instagram. So if you follow me on or if you go check out the Instagram, that's kind of where most of my followers are at. It's like 15,000 or something like that, which is totally bonkers. I don't even know how. Skeleton and Beetlejuice, very, very fun stuff. I haven't ever gone as Beetlejuice, but that sounds really fun. Wow, that's so cool. A B-Day party, a Halloween themed birthday party is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, honestly. I hope, as long as it's not the same thing every year, unless if you really like that, that's fun. But I mean, I'd enjoy that. My birthday's in March, so unfortunately, I will not be getting that. Maybe one day, just to throw people off. Dress up as, pretend like it's Halloween. I don't know. I gotta open this on a new tab. There we go. I have my two chips. Gotta connect these two chips together. Halloween is great. I could do a costume party. My friend was telling me that if he ever gets married, which I'll be nice. If he ever gets married, he said he was going to do a Halloween party, but like a Halloween wedding. So like you would not be allowed to go to the wedding unless you dressed up. And I was like, it's totally sick. Definitely. Are you laughing at me? She's watching Chuckle Sandwich. I'm not funny enough, apparently. Yeah, she has headphones on, watching Schlatt. Chuckle Sandwich. Gosh. Okay. All right. We need to go... Sorry, I have everything pulled up on my screen. It'd be cool if I, like, had this stuff popped up. Like, you guys could, like, see it in a corner. I also want to do that for, like, YouTube stuff. Like, I want you guys to be able to, like, change my Spotify music and stuff by voting in the chat. But that sounds kind of hard. I mean, not hard, but... I don't know. I'm really slow at building this as is, so I'm just trying to, like... I don't know. I've been really bad at, like, building this stuff. I built the ALU, and then I started building my registers, completed all that, and then eventually I just kind of stopped. It was like not so great, and I don't know. I haven't uploaded a single video all October on like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok for the few people that are there. But yeah, I've been really slow. And it's not the fact that this is stumping me. I mean I know what I could do, but it's like just stopped. I don't know. Work is beating me up, that's for sure. I don't know why I was about to roll. I don't even play whatever. Okay, so let's build this. What color should I use? I used white and black for the other ones. Which ones do I have an abundance of color for? White and blue. Not red, that's for sure. Maybe I'll do green, because there's already blue and white on this, so I'll do green. And we will start making this work. So I need to connect. So these are my outputs, and I want those to connect up here, and then I need my inputs to connect down here. And that is just A, B, C, D, A, B, C. Oh no, they're backwards. A connects. Oh no. Totally backwards. I'm glad I'm looking at the data sheets for this. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4 this way for this chip here. But for this chip, it goes 1, 2, 3 that way. So I have to connect this pin here, then this pin here, then this pin here, that, there, that, there, that, there, that, there. So it's like, it's getting longer and longer. Whereas like my other registers, which is, this is program counter, so it's a different chip, but they all like, it was like, that was pin 1 and that was pin 1, pin 2, pin 2, pin 3, pin 3, pin 4, pin 4. And it just like, they were all the same length almost. But this is like really short, then medium, and then it keeps getting longer. So that's, yeah, kinda. Yeah, I mean, RNA, DNA, RNA makes the DNA, so, I mean, pretty much. Although I wouldn't have made that relation. I haven't done biology in a while. Okay, so I gotta go. Does that mean these? Hang on. So going back to this chip, that means A and A are there. And of course, these are off center. Okay, whatever. We will go ahead and cut this pin. Good news is that this should apply on both sides. Oh no. Wait. Yeah, no, we're fine. Never mind. I'm crazy. I was thinking of the wrong thing. I was a little worried that I was actually going to have to... that it was this one that started there. Never mind. Okay. Let me get my stuff out. My pliers. But yes, I need to make a change. November will definitely be different. I will definitely upload more because I just need to. I am planning on doing more games on Twitch exclusively. I don't want to like I don't want I'm trying to keep my channel separated. A lot of people do that, and I do think that's best because some of you like don't want to watch that. And I don't want you all to feel overcrowded or like whatever, you know. Okay. So I figured I'd post on my Jurassic Vader VODs channel. And that is where, on YouTube, you can find my Twitch stuff. But most people don't know about that. I actually never even publicly posted it because I just figured for now I was just trying to see if I could grow that channel as much as I've grown my YouTube channel, because the YouTube's not too bad. It like I haven't posted a video and it's doubled since I posted the last video, which is insane. It's like actively getting more and more and more, and I haven't done anything, and I feel really guilty. But enough of that. For anybody new that's popped in, or hopped in, whatever you want to say. Is it still Halloween for you? For anybody else in chat? I see there's 3 people watching, so just curious. If anybody else is celebrating their Halloween right now, or have any requests or anything, I'm just trying to chat, trying to keep things chill. I didn't turn on my studio light over there because I figured this was good enough. I mean, it's a program counter. We've been staring at this for, well, actually we did a lot of progress last live stream, so not really a ton there, but okay. Boom, boom. This one plugs into that top one right here. Mark. Last live stream I was talking about how, are you still celebrating? Still celebrating Halloween? I mean, if it's your favorite holiday, definitely. Do you have any like music playing in the background or watching anything special? Maybe I should put like, here, I got you all. I got you all. Oh man. Let's do that. Let's go here. Add source. We'll do that. We're just going to decorate just a little bit for Halloween. Well, hang on. Oh no. Well, just watching and being confused. I mean, no better way. No better way. That's pretty. I mean, that's how I feel sometimes, so no worries there. I'm trying to find a really good pumpkin gif that I could just throw in the stream. Open image. Okay, let's see if this one works. Nope. Darn. Sorry, I'm being slow. I'm just trying to find something good. Come on. Give me a good pumpkin. Yeah, great question. I am graduated. I'm actually a high school teacher. So that's it's part of why things are taking so long for me personally. Just dealing with a lot of stuff there makes me very unmotivated. So yeah, I graduated high school or graduated college with I got my bachelor's in software engineering, and then I had a student mention to me something about logic gates like middle of last year, and I was like, that's actually really cool. So I ended up just kind of self-teaching myself this stuff. I went through the Nanda Tetris course, and then was like, I actually want to see if I could build that computer in person, and I try to find sources, see if anybody has done it. And then I found this site, and it really helped me. This guy actually built the breadboard computer all by himself, but I try to like do it my own route. Holy moly, you also are a teacher. 12 to 17, that's a big gap. I teach 14 to 18. It's all like the last 4 years of high school. Well, the last 4 years of school. I mean, that's high school in America. I'm sure it is other places. I know that Italy's 5 years, but Yeah, I teach software engineering to the, yeah, almost the same. Yeah, 14, 15. Yeah, I mean, a student told me about it, and I was just like, yeah, let's go. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll try that out. And then, yeah. So that's why I was dressed as Zuko. I went, not why. I mean, I was dressed as Zuko at work, and then all my students were like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, I kind of forgot. You're all young people. I mean, I'm young. Don't get me wrong. I'm like early mid-20s, but regardless, it was just a shock because some kids knew, and then most kids had no clue at all, and most teachers didn't either because they were really young too. But so mixed between my students and the old, like most of the teachers who weren't my age, they were all like, "Who's that?" And then there were like a few teachers that were like, "Oh my gosh!" And then there's the old teachers, like really old teachers, who were like, "Oh, it's the Avatar. Oh, I saw that movie. It's like why aren't you blue?" And then I'm like, "Well, you see here, it's the wrong Avatar we're thinking of, but I totally get where you're coming from." And then I'd have to go on and explain it, and then they're like, "Well, what about this water scene?" And I'm like, "No, no, nope. You're first of all, that's the second Avatar movie now." And then we're getting off topic. So then I would have to like reroute them because I've actually not seen that. I was Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. One question: why so blue? Yeah, Burrito has joined. Welcome, Burrito. Yeah, Halloween was fun. Halloween was fun. Last year I dressed up as an inflatable dinosaur, and my students loved that. Um, they were very, and I'm first of all, I said I am a young teacher. I'm very energetic, and I have ADHD, so it's very easy to just go wherever my mind wants to. So, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Okay. Here's this connection. Here. Should probably remove these LEDs as I'm going so I don't get confused on where I'm at. Trim that. Yeah. Oh, nice. That is crazy. Yeah. I love Avatar Last Airbender. Big childhood favorite was Zuko. And then I've seen a lot of classic ones like Hatsume Miku. I don't really even know who that is, but I know what they look like. So I'll take it. And then yeah, I didn't see anybody else dress. I think I'm trying to think. I don't know, pretty much anybody from Avatar would be a sick costume. Even the Fire Lord. He would be really cool. Even Legend of Korra. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. You were evil Morty? That's funny. I've seen somebody dressed up as a hot dog. That was pretty fun. You're a pirate in real life. That's funny. How are you a pirate in real life? Are you like, I don't know. Iroh and Toph are my favorites, but Zuko and Sokka are fighting over third. Definitely. I actually wish I had a Uncle Iroh for my Zuko, but nobody got it. And then I had there was this mutual teacher guy, and I told him he should 100% should have been the Boulder because he's just like this strong guy. And I was like, you should have been the Boulder, and then somebody could have just been Toph, and then he could have been the Boulder feels conflicted. It would have been a fantastic reference. Unfortunately, didn't happen. I was the only character from Avatar there. That's okay. You are Toph. Wow. Nice. Camp Aang, I agree. Aang is very, very chill. He didn't almost like destroy the world like 100 times. Korra was extremely what do you want to call it? She, very confident. That's my nice word. She's very confident, and it kind of backfired for her horribly. But yeah, I liked Korra. I thought it was a really good story. But yeah, she was very annoying, honestly. If you had money, you'd go as Toph. I totally get that. That'd be great. I mean, pretty funny. Um, Reckless, definitely. What's my favorite Halloween candy? Gosh, I don't even know. I've kind of fallen off the candy train. I'd rather have a cookie, honestly. I would much rather have a cookie. Oh my gosh. Well, that explains why that wire was so short. Because that was supposed to be this wire. Whoops. I'm distracted. Whoops. Well, that stretches over there. That means I can make this a little longer. I remember when not. I don't even know how to do her voice. I remember when. What did she say? I remember whenever I first had chocolate and I hated it. No, that lady's so great. That was one of my. It was honestly that episode of SpongeBob really scared me as a kid. There we go. Good, good, good. I didn't like knock any wires off, did I? I don't think so. Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna look this up because there's a really good chance I could have heard of this computer. 1959. So this was the kind of computer my. Hang on, I gotta look. Okay, I don't think I've heard of this, but that's a nice piece of history. I should. I always do a fun hardware like computer history in my class, and this is something I could definitely mention. I don't have anything for like the late 50s. Computing by counting by 3 instead of 2. How did they solve that? How do you like it's a 3-state computer? As in it can be in 3 states instead of 2, so instead of like did they use well, I guess I don't want to like not do anything for a few minutes. So, but that's really cool. I didn't even know they came up with that. The only kind of computer I've heard of that was more than binary was like in the electrical world what has been the like quantum computers. So I had not heard of that. I understand how we're binary. I don't understand how. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Huh. That's cool stuff. Um, I'm actually gonna bookmark that really quick because I want to read more about this because that's the kind of stuff that it's like I don't know how else you learn about this stuff. Like I try to Google things and I don't get like how would I even come up with the idea of like oh yeah there is I've grown up only knowing that computers read binary and that's true like that's our computers do but I never thought to be like, oh, is there computers other than like a quantum computer? That's so cool. I'm gonna read about that. So thank you for that. That's pretty cool. Curious. I mean, obviously, it's like the quantum computer. It's not practical for daily use, obviously, but it's like really good for calculating or doing something very specific. Did I cut a wire? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That's okay. I'll just have to come back to this. Yep, I do not like the way this works at all. Oh well. Should make these wires a little bit looser. I don't even see where I made this bend. Oh well, I'll do. That can't be right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Well, I hope to see you back on the stream. That it was nice chatting with you. It was nice chatting with everybody. But hopefully you come and tune in. Maybe with some games. If you come watch me play games. Although I get really loud and I don't look at chat whenever I play because I get scared and then I'm like too in the zone. But I'll do my best. But good night. I'm glad you tuned in. Had a good time talking. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the binary. I've learned is really. I mean, depending on how they made it, it could have been faster, especially with like modern technology. I mean, I'm still struggling to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how to like. How do I googled it, and I just never understood how computers got to the megahertz to gigahertz so quickly. Like, they found like one little thing. Night. I hope to see you again. Hope to see you in chat again. Yeah. Oh. What was I saying? Ah, shoot. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, obviously this computer can run in megahertz and probably, like, only, 10 at the max. And I think that's going to be extremely unstable because, like, it's going to be, it's like, with the distance of everything, that's going to be insane. That will be totally insane. You're blind. Are you actually blind? Because if so, how are you seeing the YouTube? How are you getting the YouTube chat popping up on the screen? Are you active on both? That well, that's confusing. Tripping me out, man. Oh, you're half blind. Okay, okay, that makes more sense. I can understand. How are you half blind? But yeah, I just remember you said you wore glasses. You can't be fully blind. Well, I guess you can be fully blind and wear glasses. That's how some people are. Ooh. Okay. My eyes are both negative 5 point like 50. And I thought that was bad. Everybody tells me it's horrible. Huh. Gonna. Yeah, I've not had any luck from. Sorry. So this is. Oh. That's awesome though. I definitely go in rabbit holes with this kind of stuff all the time. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I don't have a lot of people to talk to about this stuff. I tell my girlfriend and she looks at me like I'm a monster or something. I don't know. And then she's like, "Why are you even talking to me about this? I don't know what you're saying." And I'm like, "Well, that's not very nice." But that's so cool. I I mean, that's something that it's like I never how did you come across that personally? Like was it an article or like how do you fall down those kinds of rabbit holes? Um oh yeah, glasses. Yeah, I knew that. Mine's so bad. I can only see here. Okay, face. My nose is right here. My hand is touching my nose, right? My pointer finger. And I can't see more than like 5 inches away from my face, like that much without glasses. You're a bio teacher? That's crazy. I am in the. That's really funny though, because at my school I'm a part of the science department because they call me computer science. Not the same thing whatsoever, obviously. You can't see further than your nose? That sounds... That's rough, buddy. That's rough. But, if you're not too bothered by it, then that's okay. That's what really matters, is if you're just not bothered by it. Because some people are just like so fine. I know, Zuko. Yeah, I couldn't really use a lot of my quotes today. And then I had to like get a refresher because I haven't seen it in so long. Really? You have a depth perception? I guess, oh, if you're like fully blind in one eye, I totally get that then. Because I think both eyes help your depth perception. But yeah. You could dress up as Toph. Cause then but you'll actually see more as Toph. You'll be a Toph that can kind of see. Okay. Oh. Cannot believe how much more I have. Okay. This is so much slower. Used a fall a lot? I guess I haven't had that much of an issue. Although it's like, are you fully blind in one eye? And is this like a thing from birth, or is this something that's like, I mean, I don't want to get too personal. Obviously, you don't have to share anything if you don't want to, but I'm just curious. Ah. Okay. Fair enough. Just become a metal bender and then just become an earthbender first. And then yeah. But to be fair, she's at a higher level than all of us cuz she can like see behind walls. I mean, if you really think about that. Ah, getting spam on the stream. Honestly, I thought myself more of that too, because it's like I'm a very chill guy. I don't really get mad or anything, but the Zuko costume is a little bit easier to make and a little bit cooler than I don't know. I think it's cool to grow up to like dress up as Aang and all that, but it's like I don't know. I wanted to be fun and crazy, and also I don't have. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not bald, and I don't want to be bald, and I don't want to deal with a bald cap. So there's that too. And all the air nomads have to be bald. It's in their destiny. So, fortunately, that's why I don't think I'll go as Aang anytime soon, or as the movies say. Never mind, that's too cursed. I won't say that. Oh my. That would be crazy. That'd be fun though, but crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who would I want to be? Who would I want to be if I had a bald cap? Huh. You know? Oh my gosh, I'd love to be Steve Harvey or the Lorax. Is the Lorax technically bald or he's fuzzy? The Lorax. Yeah, he's got big old eyebrows and a mustache. He does not have hair. I would love the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I think the Lorax would be really fun. And I also love Steve Harvey. He's a good guy. Fun guy. Who else? Dr. Phil. He's classic. He's bald, right? I could also go as Eggman from Sonic. Oh, Dr. Phil kind of has hair. Ah. No, I gotta be fully bald, though. But also, Dr. Phil's not as fun as Steve Harvey. And Eggman is a little too much for me, honestly. Eggman, yeah, from Sonic. I'm trying to think, who would I actually go as? I don't know. It's a really the Master of Disguise when he dresses as a turtle. I'd love to be the turtle from Master of Disguise. Turtle! Who else? Oh, I could be, well, Steve Jobs isn't. Is he fun, though? Is Steve Jobs actually fun? Like, would that be a fun costume to dress up as? That's just a turtleneck and jeans. And mostly bald? Doesn't he have, like, side hair? But also, Turtle from Master of Disguise is a legendary answer. Thanks to girlfriend. Genius ideas. Ooh, this wire's a little short. It's kind of my fault. Made it kind of big. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Running out of people. Just gotta name bald people. Pretty much all bald people. Okay, not all, but a lot of bald people would be fun to dress up as. Could dress up as my elementary school custodian. His name was Bob. Bob? No, I don't remember his name. But he I don't know. That's just mean, I guess. Gosh. I don't know. I do want to dress as Gandalf one day. Actually, in fact, for those programmers here in chat, this is my debugging ducky. It's Gandalf duck. This was a gift for me for Christmas for my girlfriend. She got me a debugging duck Gandalf. So whenever I program and I have an error or problem, and it applies to this. It applies to this. So if you're really lost, debugging duck Gandalf definitely works for computer building. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. She knows the things I like. So that's a positive. And she plays video games with me. She was almost open to play Escape from the Backrooms, but we couldn't get our other friend to get online. So unfortunately, we didn't get to do that. Although that means I get to build a computer part, and that means more people will probably tune in. I think more people are interested in the building the computer than me gaming. But I'd like to do both. I'd like to focus most of my time on building the computer. I just need to get into my I need to get back in the zone. I lost my sponsorship, so that was kind of a thing. Not like I didn't do anything. It's more just like country conflicts between my sponsor and the United States. Things are not fantastic. So I lost that. And then I mean, that's not the whole reason I stopped posting, but due to a death in the family, it just kind of I've only posted on my channel like 4 or 5 times since then, and like the day of me posting something was the day Okay, that's depressing. Never mind. Let me get off topic. I'm getting off topic. So, anyway, um, yeah, yeah. YouTube definitely. I have been I have a lot of YouTube. I have a lot of scripts I've been working on for like future YouTube videos. So, I think that's a positive. That's a plus. So we're definitely gonna have videos soon. Thank you. Thank you. That's okay. I'm better. I just have gotten out of my like groove because I used to post every day. And I was like, that's a lot of work. And I couldn't get any YouTube videos up whenever I was posting every day. That's just a lot when it comes to building a computer. Because if I posted every day, most of my time would be editing and not actually like building the computer. So it was a little troublesome. But alas, I think the Twitch streaming is helping me stay on my feet. Because it's like I don't have to edit this and it's just kind of nice. And I don't need to technically film a lot of this like extra setting up. I need it like literally one of my streams I transferred my D register. I like built all my registers and then I transferred my D register to the proper board because it was on these fancy high quality breadboards. And that wasn't working out because they're not compatible with the breadboard I'm building on now. So it was becoming a problem. Okay. Good night. I'm going to call you Ash because it seems Ashera or Estelle. I don't really know how to pronounce your name, but I hope to see you again for sure. Either playing game, watching this. I'm very thankful you came in, even though you didn't know anything. That's okay. I'm gonna call you Ash though, and then I'll remember that. Somebody dressed as Ash today. Ash Ketchum. Sorry, off topic. Yeah, you go ahead and have a good night. It was fantastic chatting with you. Yeah, this stuff is like building Legos. It's so fun. So cool. Awesome. Oh. Wait. Did you suggest someone? Or did I accidentally say someone and then completely forget? Solid resource for learning how to balance making content. Oh no. I don't know if I saw your message. It might not have came through on the Twitch side of things. So, or the I'm looking at the combined chat, so that could definitely be a problem. No, I'm not seeing the message on YouTube side either. Oh darn. Yeah, I don't know if it went through. Who was the guy? I greatly appreciate it. Do you have a channel? Do you have a channel that you like post on? I've been like content creating for for me, a very long time, since 2015. And I would always get into these like really good Spud Hunter. The Spud Hunter. The Spud Hunter. Okay. So oh, that's you? Are you the Spud Hunter? Or trying to find Starns! Oh my gosh. I haven't seen Starns since I was way before I was a teacher. I was exclusively a gamer on Twitch. So that is insane. Pokemans? Oh my gosh, welcome back, Starns. Last time I saw you, it was Phasmophobia. You are Darth Looper. I'm gonna take a gander at your channel. Are you on YouTube? Spuddy's a good resource as well. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the chats. I'm trying to catch up. Spuddy's a good resource for cinematography and streaming tips. Okay. I'm going to bookmark these. Oh, okay, so you're on Twitch as that. Well, let me know. Let me know if you're I'll drop a follow even. And then gotta support other creators out there, man. Oh, I'm trying to search in my dashboard, not on. I just need to go to twitch.tv. My teacher brain's kicking in. There you are. You have more followers than me on Twitch. Okay, where are we at? Where am I at? Okay. And then Starns. Yes. You saw me play Minecraft with a couple of people after that? I don't know what that would have been, but I pretty much stopped playing. I mean, okay, that's a lie. I started making Minecraft Redstone videos, like tiny bit, just a tiny bit for like, what do you want to call it? Shoot. For my like new Instagram channel and stuff like that. So having a good time there. Although I don't really like play. I only play Minecraft just for that reason. But yeah. You dropped a game on Steam, like you developed a game on Steam, like you have one published. Because that is totally awesome. I'd love to check that out too. What kind of like game is it? I will say, some games. I had a beat. Oh my gosh, Starns! I know what you're talking about. That was like, how long ago was that? I remember. I was playing with my pal Jaden, and I think I was living at my parents' house, and I've moved twice since then. So, yeah. That is totally crazy. My finger's dark. Is this my hair dye coming off? Do I like Shining Force Fire Emblem? Hang on, let me look that up. Shining Force Fire Emblem. I just need to know. Okay, I haven't played that, but I think I've seen stuff like that. Is it like a retro game? Because I'm trying to remember the Zelda: A Link to the Past. It kind of like some things I'm seeing, like the images I'm seeing for Shining Force Fire Emblem kind of looks like it could almost look like those old NES Nintendo games. But it kind of looks almost like it could be like a Pokemon kind of like back and forth fighting like you choose your attack and it can fail kind of thing? Is that what that's like? Okay, that one's done. But oh my gosh, Starnes. I'm still stunned. I can't believe it. You know what? I have to. Hey, do you remember Starnes? He's back. Yeah, it's been like I was living at my parents when he last tuned in. Yeah. I don't think we were living out the apartment. Because we were playing with Jaden and it was Minecraft World. I don't know. Maybe. I'll have to look. I think I had a face cam. So I'll have to look at that. Do I like League of Legends or Dota? Okay. I haven't tried either of those either. But I'm still interested. I would like it really depends. That's what's kind of the most complicated part, is it just depends on, I don't know. Either way, I'd always love giving a game a shot. I pretty much just have stayed away from League of Legends just because of the bad rep behind it. Everybody's like, it's either you, I don't know, some people are like, you get addicted to the game and blah, 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 blah. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't. But if you programmed a game, I have all the questions for you because... Okay. Takes their turn at the same time. Okay. So, oh, shoot. Did you say the name? Curse of the Dragon Beast? Is that what the game's called? Or... Okay. I'm starting to get what you're putting down. So, did you... Okay. Did you work for a studio? Or did you... I'm just very curious. I don't know if you're allowed to share details, but I am just totally intrigued. COTDB. Is COTDB the gaming company? Or the game company? Or the studio, I guess? Game studio? Wow. So that's kind of like... I know I'm a teacher, but that's kind of the dream of mine. Is I really want to be a software engineer. I've struggled to find a job after I graduated. So I was a tech for the school district I work for. And then the programming teacher left. And then she didn't like have a software engineering degree. So they were like, holy crap, this will be the first time we actually had a teacher that knew what they were doing. So heck yeah, we'll hire you. And then I didn't even have a teaching degree. I just had a bachelor's in software engineering. And they were like, I don't know. They were just like, how about you just join us. Leave the tech department and join us. And I was like, sure. And it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. That's what I'll say. Okay. Black Phoenix Software LLC, Curse of the Dragon Beast. Okay. I want to take a gander. So you said you worked on Your Friend Coded 2, you wrote, designed, and much more. Is this like... Okay, you know, I'll just take a look at it. You don't what? Sorry, I don't remember at what part. Curse of the Dragon Beast. Curse of the Dragon Beast on Steam. Oh my gosh, this kind of reminds me of old school RuneScape, like that. Look, the like art style, I should say. I say old school RuneScape. Oh, it's coming soon. So the demo's out. The game's coming soon. Oh, you're not a software. You're just a nerd. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like to do almost everything. I mean, as you can see, I'm building a breadboard computer, and that's not even like anything close to like what I know, like what I should do. Fair, fair. I know. I pretty much. I mean, whenever I was in college, which was 2 years ago, that was my senior year. I mean, right out of high school. But, um, oh, I'm about to put that in the wrong spot. Um, I was at the very end or the very start of AI, so it's like it was crappy, and I made a pledge to myself that I would never use AI. I mean, I know you might not be talking about the cut, paste, and edit, but I'm just yapping. Um, oh, fun. So that's the kind of stuff I'm really bad at is like figuring out algorithms per se. Like coming up with my own mathematical algorithm for something. Like whenever it's for example, projectile stuff, I understand that's what research is for. And I just haven't done a whole lot of that. But I was trying to develop my own 3D game, and I was trying to come up with throwing trajectory. I wanted to make it so that you could throw an item and it would go like woo pop. So like it threw from the player, pop. And then I did not know. Yeah. Um. s- Yeah. I was struggling to figure out like the like I don't know. I was my first thought was like math class quadratic, right? Quadratic, start up here, loop down. But then other sources were like, you need to use a sine wave, and then I was like, what do you mean? And then I I just stopped. That was just too much for me. And then shortly after that, I started building computers or just started learning about computer stuff. So I think one of the games like Curse of the Dragon Beasts, for example, which I kind of is it okay? It can be single player. I will definitely check out this demo. I put it in my Steam library, so I'll check out the demo. I don't want to download it because I don't want it to like mess up my like stream stuff, but I definitely want to check it out. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff. Um, I like the art style. It doesn't look like too incredibly confusing, and yeah, no. I feel like if I would like to start something like that, um, I don't want to start with League of Legends. That's what I'll tell you. So, okay. You know how to plot points on a chessboard? Yeah. I like as in I mean, that's totally fine if you play League of Legends Starns. I'm just scared. It's too scary to me. I've been intrigued in Dota. In fact, one of my favorite artists, music artists, made a music pack for Dota, if I remember correctly, or Dota. I think it's Dota. I don't know. I've never heard anybody say it before. Um, oh, fair enough. Fair enough. That makes sense. Um, oh my gosh, I was getting okay. I need. I don't want to write on that paper because that paper's for that. But whenever you're like talking about plotting points on a chessboard, you're like in my programming mind, I'm like, that's good. I'm glad you have a healthy relationship with League of Legends Stars. Um, I've only met people who have, but online it sounds like there's a bad connotation, so I'm just scared to start. And I'm pretty into I don't know. Like if I do play a game, it's like a first person game, intense, really quick, and then it's like blah blah blah. DayZ, for example, I streamed that last like 2 Fridays ago, just because I was not in the mindset to like build anything. But yeah, chessboard, really quick. I'm just gonna make a really simple. Oh, I just realized that this is here. Let me zoom in. There we go. Okay, so here, chessboard, except not chess, because in fact, okay, you know what? It's a tic-tac-toe board or Rubik's cube. You say whatever you want. That's totally fine. So if you're like plotting the points, do you plot it like it's Battleship and you're like A, B, C, 1, 2, 3? Or do you do it as if it's like an index array and you're like, it's a nested array of points, like 1, 2, 3. That's your first row. Then you have another list, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. I guess how I'm asking this is, do you do it the programmer way whenever you plot points? Or do you go like, I don't know what you want to call it, Battleship route? I don't know, like A1, A2. Also, I might have done that the incorrect. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna Google that. Where am I at? Okay. Here. Oh, okay. This game is turn-based. You have 1 minute to make your decision. Oh. So you're like on a timer. I don't think Pokemon's like that. Obviously, not the same game whatsoever. But I like to relate it to things that I've played before. Cartesian graph? Do you use it as that then? So you're like, do you use it as a Cartesian graph, as in like this is 0, 0, then like -1, 0, and then -1, 1, -1, -1, like that? Starns, you stopped playing League of Legends 2.5 years. So were you playing League of Legends whenever I was streaming Minecraft with my pals? Do you remember that? Yo, chill. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm going on long tangents. Okay, so that puts a time frame on how long ago you saw my stream. Good to know. Okay, I should probably get back to how this was originally set up. Still quite zoomed in. Whoa. Okay, that's probably good. In fact, I'm actually going to use this piece of paper. Oh, wow. There you go. Talking like a programmer already. So, I mean, not that you haven't been. I was just curious. You said you didn't like really program or write the code, so I was just curious how you have them in a list, probably has tuples on paper there. Yeah, depending on Python, or I don't even know, is tuples a Python exclusive? Because I've only seen it in Python. But I'm a C# guy. But I teach my students Python, so I'm very familiar with the language. I just like the control you get with Java and C#, but I prefer C# because I hate how you have to import everything in Java. Yeah, so on the paper, if you're pointing, like, I think for a screen, right? Because I think for a screen, this works well, this whole system. Like, the furthest left you can go is -1. The furthest right you can go is +1. Or whatever. I mean, that's usually the cleanest way. That's how, like, OpenGL works. Wait, I'm getting off topic. What were you saying? Okay, fair enough. I was just asking for, like, a chessboard. You said you can plot points on a chessboard. Wow. That's cool. I haven't, actually, I guess a lot of games are programmed in C#. because that's what the Unity engine runs on. That's my other question. Is your... Oh my gosh, this hair dye is going everywhere. Good to know. So, sorry, I was asking about your engine. If your game is programmed in C#, does that, like, did you guys use the Unity engine, or... Okay, good. So you use this numbering system here rather than, like, a programming list here. Because that'd be really weird. Because then you'd be, like, depending on what language, that would be this list and then this position. So that'd be the dead center. Unity. So yeah, that's a good engine. I don't know how long ago you guys were developing that game for. I don't know how long it's been in development for. But did this impact you whenever you like hit the sorry, you didn't hit anything. Whenever Unity did the whole like you guys are gonna have to pay for every download kind of thing. Was it like in development and were you guys like scared whenever that happened? Or was that like not a concern because you did it after they reverted back their changes? Also, do I like fishing in games? Honestly, yes, I do. Thank you. I appreciate the very nice comment. I definitely gotta keep building my stuff. But yeah, I do love fishing in games. Honestly, I don't know why. It's very calming, and in fact, even in okay, this might sound really like I don't know what you want to call it, because I know what I would want to call it, but basically, I do like fishing in games, especially like VR games where you can like chill, but it has like really nice scenery, like you're in Japan or something and you're fishing. I like playing. I have this golf game on the VR on my Oculus Quest 2, and it's mini golf, and one of the maps is in like Japan, and it has like cherry blossom trees, and it's very pretty. Thank you, Starns. Definitely tune in later. I do play games. It's just Fridays pretty much exclusively I'm building my CPU because that's my new project I'm doing. But I hope to see you around, Starns. Very nice catching up. That was honestly that was awesome. I'm very glad to see that you're still here because I do think about you every now and then. I'm like, man, I wonder what happened to Starns, and I'm glad I got an answer. And you're back. All right, see you, Starns. But yeah, where's... Oh yeah, fishing in games. Did you have anything in particular related to fishing in games? Like, are you making a fishing game? Or is there fishing in your game? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'll say it again. Wait, no, I don't know if there was a question. I do like fishing in games. That's what you asked me. And I was just saying, fun. I do enjoy fishing in games. Like Minecraft, sitting there in Minecraft and fishing, that's fun. Stardew Valley fishing, I really enjoy that too. Like fishing in all forms in all games is really fun. Even if it's just sitting there, like Daisy is kind of just sitting there. That's still fun because it's just chill, very easy to do. Sometimes I just need a task, a mindless task to get. Oh no! Cut a wire too short. Okay, wait. Maybe it's because I measured it for this one. Okay, I can make that one work, I think. I'm only building part of it today, byte bit, but this is the program counter. I have all the registers done. This is the last component I need to like standalone. Sorry, I'll just push these over and maybe zoom in right here. Okay. this right here, I have... Did I plug in the muxes? Where did my multiplexers go? I just bought some. That's part of the reason I was delayed last stream. Oh, here they are. Thank goodness. Okay. I had some multiplexers on fast order, and that was part of my problem. Okay. I didn't have enough for this. So yeah, I need to build this chip, but like honestly, it's just a connection. It's my multiplexers. A selector multiplexer out of the ALU goes there. D register's built, A register's built. This chip is like all the ICs are there, but they just need connected up. All the ICs are here for this one. They just need connected up. Control logic here. Yet again, all the ICs are there, need connected. M registers all built. PC is what I'm doing now. Currently building that. A register's done. D register's done. ALU is completely done. So, yeah, right now I'm just working on the program counter, and then if I get that done in a reasonable amount of time, which I'm yapping a lot, so there's no guarantee I'll get anywhere further than the program counter. I really need to get shoveling away at the CPU. I can't just keep making my progress primarily live streams. That's what I've been doing for the past like month because I've been really stressed. But I remember my question now. Did you start development on your game during the Unity problem like a year or two ago where they were like every download you had to pay money for it? Or did you start development after that was resolved? Because that was like 2 years ago or something. And everybody was like really mad, really furious, really upset. I just said like 3 different words for the same thing. That was what my question was about. Okay. What's that one again? 245. Output enable. I want to control those, right? Do I have those connected? I do not have those connected. Custom wire. Let's do a blue wire. I'm a pretty political guy, just an FYI if you plan to know me. Nah, we were developing well before that. Wow. So that was my question is did the Unity that you... Oh, I'm still zoomed in. My bad. Did the Unity, whenever they made that thing, did that like scare you guys for a minute? Or were you just like, you're going to have to deal with what's been going on? But wow, 7 years of development. That is big commitment. Is this like are you like a partner in the studio or do you just like work for the studio? That's my other like question, I guess. The game started as pizza boxes, bottle caps, and D&D dice. Whoa. That's actually sick. I love how things change. Like you have this like whole plan and things just change. I mean, my computer, how I originally envisioned it is completely different than what it's turning out to be. So that's one thing. Come on, there we go. Okay, so it's just like all of you collectively decided let's build a game together. That's cool stuff. So that means you're probably, I mean, if you've been working all together for 7 years, 10 years on paper. So this must have been like a dream game for someone, at least. Because that's 3 years of planning on paper. I've planned out a lot of games, but not like completely. Not like sat down and was like, okay, this is what I'm actually doing. Because whenever I first started planning them out, I didn't even know how to program. And I'm probably, I don't know. If you get to know me, I talk. The ADHD man. It takes control. unmedicated ADHD, I should say, takes control. So I just talk about hundreds of things. Um, but college, C sharp was my major, so that's my bias in it. But I never did. I actually haven't programmed in Unity, like on Unity, sorry, since I've gotten my bachelor's degree. So like ever since I've known C sharp, I haven't actually programmed. So that's that's a fun fact, I suppose. I've tried programming some games on Godot because that was a big thing, and then they supported C sharp, and it was really bad. Okay. Um. Oh, goodness. For those of you who are tuned in, um, who have kind of recently tuned in, my fingers are turning dark because my hair is spray dyed black, is in and it's blonde normally. Um, so my fingers are turning dark, and I keep like getting an itch on my forehead or in my hair, and then my fingers are getting dark. Oh, nice. I know those. So Xamarin, which is now known as .NET MAUI, um, that was a whole class I had to take in college. I quite enjoyed that. My favorite mobile app development, what is that? Framework? I think it's a framework. I don't remember. Um, that was a really good framework. And then both forms as well. Forms in Xamarin, and then in C sharp. So mobile app development using C sharp, and then I had to do a whole forms app, and then my, oh man, my phone's up there. Well, I made a fun little app that it tracked your schedule, and you had to do like all that stuff. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, good to know. There was one little project I did want to try on Unity, and it was, I wanted to, okay. I'm still struggling on how to Google video game stuff, because like I don't even know a lot of the terms. Like if I want to figure out how to do something, research is how you do that. But I don't know how to like Google things that I don't know how to ask. So, for example, in Sons of the Forest, I wanted to figure out, and I know this is texture stuff. Like this is programming, because there's programming involved, and you have to like do texture stuff and all that. Oh no, I threw that piece of paper away. But in the forest, for example, you have a tree, right? Let's pretend this is a tree stalk. And if you like chopped at it, it would break out this chunk here. And then if you chopped at it again, it broke out that chunk. And it like slowly broke out these chunks until this whole section here was like missing. Sorry. Yeah, it'd break out like that chunk, then that, blah, 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 blah. And I was trying to do a project where I needed something like that, because I wanted to be able to chop down a tree, but I wanted to like solve it myself. But I don't know how like meshes and all that stuff works, and then I've only spent like 2 months at most like learning game development. I've also wanted to do a dungeon crawler slash, let me make sure this is the right term. Yeah, Raycaster. Like Doom or Wolfenstein. I've really wanted to make a, like, okay, hang on. Oh no, I just realized my website's no longer public. I had a website and I had a whole database and it was really fun. But I didn't pay for it, and I just realized I cannot pull that up. So I'm going to have to go to my program files, which I also just realized something else. Okay, hang on. I'm going to have to, okay, that's a little too much work, I guess. Where's my GIFs? I have a GIF of everything anyway, so I'll just do that. Here's my website file, local server nope. Pages? Nope. Backend. public images. Okay. So I was doing some OpenGL, like I wanted to make my own game engine for a little bit, and I had started to get the game engine like graphics working. This might make the stream really laggy, so hang on. Bear with me. Can I display capture? Can I just capture my screen? Let's do. Okay, just for a really quick moment. This was my like Doom. This isn't my program running, but this is my Doom. Basically, everything was a list. You know what? Nah, no, that's too much work. I did this all in Python, so horrible decision, but it was really easy to learn OpenGL with Python. But obviously I have a little bit of clipping problems, but this had face culling and stuff like that. I don't know if you know those terms. But this was my like simple Doom map generating without a floor. Floor wasn't obviously in those kinds of games. The floors don't really matter, and it wasn't going to be like a 2-story. It was only going to be exclusively like 1 story. But here's a GIF of me like rotating around the engine, and each wall was like its own different color. And as you can tell, it had difficulty generating the back wall. But other than that, it's pretty cool stuff. I also did a Minecraft chunk. Let me see if I can open that up. That was a really fun one too. Hang on. Here you go. Open that up. Yeah. Here's my Minecraft chunk. This one was really fun too. And this was horribly optimized. Every single block was getting generated, but I understood what I needed to do. But I did this over winter break last school year, right before I learned about logic gates. And then I went into that, and I was like, okay, maybe this is really fun and a lot of work, but it was, I don't know. I just caught a lot of interest in this. So I moved on. I moved along, started building my computer from scratch. But I'm glad I have someone nerdy to talk to, because that's been my problem. Is nobody's interested in this stuff. Like, I mean, a lot of people are, tons of people, but nobody around me. So that's been my issue. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad to know that Unity will be easy for me. I haven't, like I said, I haven't actually like opened it up since I was like a freshman in college when I was learning Python and nothing else. Oh, I love watching Brackeys. He did a Godot tutorial, and that's what like introduced me to Godot. And then he was like, you should really just use Python. And then I was like, okay. And then he stopped uploading, I think. I mean, I think he did like a game jam. But I watched his Godot video, and then he like stopped. Yep, that's it. It was his. Oh. He did make a how to make a 3D game in Godot. That's really my passion, is 3D game development. 2D game development would be really fun, or 2.5D like the Doom style. Or whatever. That sounds fun. But I honestly, that's why I partially am building this computer, is because I want to get a game like that running. First of all, first game I'm ever going to make on this computer will be Pong, because I mean, that's kind of the standard for easy games. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get in trouble for this, but it's my all-time favorite arcade game is Pac-Man. And I'm going to try my best to not get in trouble posting it, but gotta have Pac-Man online. Obviously, I can change the name and I can do all I want, but do you think they'll get mad at me? Technically, I have a Capcom computer case, so I'm supporting them. but it's not Pac-Man. Yeah, I know Python's pretty different, but it's but yeah, my heart lies with C sharp, so no worries there. I love me some good old C sharp development. That's what I teach my senior level classes in high school. I teach them C sharp, and then I teach all my intro classes Python so they can grasp it. And then whenever they become seniors, I'm like, guys, look at this. Look at all of this control that you now have. And then they're like, what does void mean? And I'm like, ooh, it's a great question. And I'm like, it means you want to return nothing. And they're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, okay, whenever you want to create your functions for now, because you don't want to return most of the time when you're learning, you're not returning anything usually. So then I'm like, okay, how about this? All functions are created with void until I say otherwise. And they're like, okay. Oh, it's 50% done. 50% done. I'm going to use these as markers for now. Just so I know what I'm doing. I've got to go to the other chip. Okay. Ground, ENP, and then this is 1. Whoa. D. C. B, which I'll just plug that into positive. I'm not going to test this until we're done here. A. Okay. Do that for now. Hello, Computer Animates. You made it. I remember you said you, I remember seeing your comment saying you missed it, and I'm glad you got to make it this time. I'm ranting, not ranting, because it's not negative, but I'm talking a lot about other stuff. I mean, I'm building this while talking. Very slowly, mind you, because I'm just a yapper today. But I'm building the program counter, last register item, until I move on to the control logic. Which, oh boy. When I move on to the control logic, that's going to be difficult. It's going to be a nightmare. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I might keep this under me for a nice little placemat, because that means people who join in, they can see what I'm doing. Yeah, it gives them more to look at. Okay. Oh, I did this. And this middle one is work in progress. Working on those. Okay. A, B, C, D, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh, I did this wrong. What was I thinking? Oh no. Guys, I think I was talking so much that I messed up. Because we're backwards now. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. But how does my register read it? Oh no. I did mess up. Guys! Why did I do this? Why did I make it this way? Well, I'm a goober. Although the new way is way easier to build. So, that's okay. Man. I wasted all this green wire. Lurking, family home, eating, and scary movie time. Or does that mean you're going away already? I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. I've done this before, where I've had to completely rebuild something because I just was not using my brain. And I'm very sleepy. I had to wake up really early to assemble the costume this morning. or to get dressed, I guess. Okay. Right? I'm not thinking of this crazy. This is number 1, and then it goes on. Yeah, no, I seriously have no clue what I was thinking. Because this is the first. Gosh. Why did I do that? Okay, how much green wire do I have? Enough? Yes, plenty. Oh, wait. Do I have any spare green wire? Is that the last? That's kind of a lot. Okay, I still have a whole spool of green wire. We're good. I'm glad you made it, Computer Animates. I'm glad to see you join the stream. Because last time, because you said you missed it last time. Man, this is so upsetting. That was like an hour and 40 minutes wasted. Although, because of all this precision cutting, it was going much slower. So this should be a lot faster. Okay. I'm just going to use those for something else in the future. I don't even want to look at those wires anymore. Okay. I'm just going to go smallest wire, biggest wire. Okay. Cutting here. Then my understanding that all the wires should be about this length. But I'm going to cut these the shortest, and then I'm just going to make them all kind of floppier. Like Flopsy. Okay. My apologies again for messing up and restarting. That was not planned. That's what happens. Too much yap. Not enough build. Okay. Then here is this spot here. I was trying to figure out if I could somehow, which it would be magical, yes, there is. It's not, hang on. What's it called? Shoot. It's called... Wait. Oh, come on. It's literally telling me the name, but I need to know the actual, like the 74LS08, but the name of it is the logic for AND gate or whatever. Oh, is it literally? No, it's gotta have it. Oh, here it is. Is it this one? Found it. I'm gonna put it in. There you go. It's called the 74LS47, aka the BCD to 7 segment display decoder. And then you give it binary, which you can do through adders, like 4-bit adders, and then it will go to a 7 segment display. And then, fun fact, it took me the longest time to figure this out, and I don't know why, but literally, it's obviously 4 bits, 0 through 15, you know, 16 bits total. I do believe it converts it to a hexadecimal too. So whenever you hit the number 10, it will be A. And it took me the longest time to figure that out because I was looking at like the outputs and everybody was like Some of them I think are nonsense, but this chip in oh, okay, yeah, this chip in particular is nonsense. It doesn't actually. The one I sent you, 74 LS 47, that one will say nonsense. So it'll go 0 through 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, those bits do, or those, you know, outputs, nothing. There you go. Yeah, definitely want to do, I do want to do 3D games. About graphics, Google y equals mx plus b. Oh, that's a slope. That's simple slope. What about it, though? And wait. Yeah, I definitely want to do more 3D games. Especially just, I don't know. I'm hoping that once my computer is done, I will be able to focus a little bit more on other personal projects. A great example of a YouTuber that I would like, I mean, there's really no, I have such a unique, like, what I want to do that I don't know. Euler angles? You said this earlier. Oh. Ellipses, right? But like the angles, or am I totally just crazy? Euler angles are 3 angles used to describe the orientation of a rigid body in 3-dimensional space through a sequence of 3 rotations. I might have needed to know this for something. Yeah, 3D graphics are insane. Lerp. See, how do you know this stuff? Oops. So, okay. I googled Euler angles and I'm looking at it and seeing that. And then Google Lerp, which I'm struggling to get a result for Lerp. A programming technique to find a point between 2 other points along a straight line. Okay. Oh, that's like ray casting. Like that's a literal, that's like, fair enough, valid. I just don't know what the word, like I didn't know what the words were called. Like Lerp, never even heard of that. And then Euler angles, never even heard of that. I need to get better at figuring out like how to Google this kind of stuff. Lerping in Unity. Computer animates. Ever heard of the Smith chart? Well, I haven't, but I might. Oh, whoa. That is this supposed to be like the wait. I have to spell it just to make sure. Nope, wrong word. Fractal. Is that supposed to be like a fractal thing? I mean, what I'm seeing is a bunch of like stuff. Oh. Fair enough. But yeah, so that's lerping is lerp is a mathematical function used in Unity to smoothly transition between 2 values. So It takes 3 parameters starting at a value and an ending value. This is equivalent to like in my editing software if I tell it to, oh my gosh. It tells you how long it's been since I edited a video too. Well, whatever. Anyway, you can tell it to do one thing, and you can tell like an image to be here, and then you're like, by 3 seconds, I need it to be over here, and then it will be like whoop, and it'll go over there in the video, and it does all the work for you. So that's kind of like that, except you kind of have to do it. Radio signal stuff is the Smith chart. Oh, I see. I'm failing to read like everything. I literally am just looking at the pictures and I'm like, look at the pictures. And then it literally says frequency. Like, wait, where I already clicked off. Oh, transmission lines, antennas, reflection tracking with close-ups. I'm really struggling. So when you throw a ball in 3D space, might you consider the slope of the throw raycast points on the arc and then lerp through the throw? Oh. So you determine where it needs to end up, and then you basically tell it follow this point in time, like dot 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 dot. Got it. That makes sense. It's something that it's like I need to fully see how it works before I understand how it works. I need to place this first wire before I get too distracted. Okay. This connected there. Boom. We're here. Hey, you solved my problem I was talking about like forever ago. I didn't even know it was called lerping. I was literally Googling like everything, like how to throw an object, and like the math to like throwing an object in Unity, or it wasn't Unity, it was Godot, and nobody was helping me. And then I just say it online, and somebody, you're like, oh, you just do this. Simply. Well, I need this exact cut. Okay, I'm just gonna make a bunch of these so I don't have to keep coming back. Think. Okay. I just need 3 more of these. And that should be a lot of the top there. Okay. There we go. I appreciate it. I need to write that down. Or maybe I'll just make a, you know what? Unity sources folder on here. Resources, not sources. There we go. Lerp Unity. Bookmark to Unity resources. Boom. And then what was the other thing? Euler angle. Boom. Unity resources. Done. There we go. We're good now. Yeah, I'll definitely utilize that. The knowledge. Yeah, I've never met an actual game developer before, or talked to one at least. I don't think I've met one. So that's pretty cool. I mean, no matter what, even if you're developing it through graphics or art or anything like that, it's still a developer. So, pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the resources. So yeah, whenever I get done building the computer, I'll probably start going into my channel journey of Unity and other stuff like that. Because I mean, that's kind of the whole reason I became a software engineer, is because I was wanting to make a game. And then I just had a newfound obsession with just how computers work in general. Oh, totally did the wrong cut there. This goes, oh my gosh, that's really long wire. Okay. How about I cut this one to be here? One thing I love to do when I'm bored is edit ChatGPT AI. It's so fun to edit what it says before then it gets so confused. That sounds really fun. I've actually not used ChatGPT AI before. Or not AI, API. I have only used, shockingly, even though APIs are actually like kind of how almost everything works nowadays, but primarily any API. Sorry, I need to rephrase that. The main APIs I've ever used. What have I used API wise? I've used Google Maps API. Obviously, YouTube embed and stuff like that on websites are APIs. But what? Shoot, I don't remember what I was gonna say. No, I don't know. But I definitely have wanted to mess around with an AI API, and I was wanting to try and make a game out of it if possible. Because I see a lot of people doing that, and I think it'd be really fun to make like some sort of like game with it, you know? Okay, I need to mark which point that is at. Yeah, for sure. I have a problem where, well, I'll tell you my problem with AI in general. My students use it way too much. They rely on it. Like kids these days rely on AI so bad that it's just a big problem. I've noticed anyway. But hopefully they'll become independent from this AI curse. But I don't see it happening anytime soon, unless if something changes. There we go for that one. That goes over there. Prompt injection is iffy business. The prompt with the AI movement is the disregard for CF and A Act of 1992. How do you know this stuff? I don't even know what that is. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that is true. It's a big problem just all around. I've noticed just a lot of people are being lazy. And I think I'm teaching my students, at least my seniors, my freshmen are just, they don't care. They're, they just like survive 2 years of middle school by letting AI do everything for them. Um, but my seniors, they pretty much were like in high school, while starting the whole AI thing. So I've been trying to use it as a learning experience for them. Like, how about we do this instead? And I teach them basically how to use it as a tool, how to use it as a learning tool. AI should be used for learning, not for cheating, you know? So how can we do that? And then how can we ask the questions appropriately? How can we get the answers we want? Because the only thing my students knew how to do whenever they started my class is how to Google, like copy and paste the question. And it's like, no, you need to ask, what about it is confusing? Because you can start programming your assignment, right? Like, I know how to do an if statement, I know how to do a while loop, but maybe what's really confusing is I don't know how to do a lambda expression or something like that. So I had to teach them basically how to be Googlers. Okay. These wires are good, but fortunately, they're kind of in the way. Come on. There we go. Goodness. Um, yeah, there are huge ethical issues, but I do see the good in it. I do see the good in AI, but right now I only see mostly problematic stuff. Um, yes, I do remember when you were talking about that regarding the old computer, right? The 1958 Russian computer. Um, oh, I've seen that. I've seen that a lot of car companies are doing, not a lot, but I've heard of, I don't know if it was real. Honestly, I've been fooled. I've been fooled by this AI, especially AI videos. They're starting to get really good now, and it's kind of horrifying. I'm not ready for, first, AI slop is so bad. But yeah, I've seen stuff where there are car stuff that are behind it. I mean, there's already like stuff kind of behind a paywall. That's like what your premium car stuff is, but it's already bad enough when it's like, I don't know, like Teslas can do so many paywall things. Um, I've gotten 30 pages of AI slop on how to make processors like that. However, AI doesn't understand electrical engineering like a guy who built a CPU. However, I do have a BS modern outline, a real electrical engineer that can follow and correct. Intriguing. So you got the AI to output this outline, is what you're saying? Because that I can see could be very useful. Um, I've tried to get the AI to help me learn assembly. Ooh, I might have cut this wire too short. Did I cut this wire? Did I steal this? Yeah, I did. Or is this one of those? Oh, that's one of those. My bad. I need a new wire. Okay. Um, let's just cut that length. That length looks good. Okay. Um, Oh yeah, that is true. I don't generally ask. What's the last thing I've asked AI for? Huh. I'll give it a try. Chat GPT right now. Chat GPT. Let's go in. Oh, I need to log in. Should probably use my account that I actually have an account for. I use Chat GPT for teacher stuff. Um, I'm pretty guilty of that. Is there a seahorse emoji? Oh my gosh. Wait, what? What? Yeah. There is actually a seahorse emoji. It looks like this, and it's a dragon. Wait, no. That one's a dragon. Here's the correct one. Still not it. Okay, here's the real seahorse emoji. Hold on. Kidding again. The actual seahorse is a unicorn. No, just kidding. One last time. The real seahorse emoji is... What? Is this real? Obviously it's real, but like... Is this... What is this? Sure, I blasted AI with info on the subject, organized the thought into sections, and outlined a fairly unrealistic mock-up of the general idea. However, all that data has to be refined by not AI. Exactly. That's what a lot of people struggle with, is the fact that it's kind of plagiarism. Because no matter what, the AI is getting it from somewhere, and it was a human thought. It like AI is not AGI. It's simply like only using something that someone, and that's the whole ethical concern about it, is the fact that people are using it like they created something, they did this amazing thing, but they didn't. AI compiled, loosely compiled, and I mean it's not as simple as saying it's random, but it's like it really is slightly altering the original idea that someone else has already had, or it's purely using data that somebody else already had, trying to mimic how humans think. And it's not great. Not great at doing that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Sorry, 1. Then I want to make this one a little longer. Okay. Yeah, I know. I was starting a podcast with with someone, another content creator, and we were starting to talk about AI. He had further commitments, and that's kind of why I'm starting to live stream on Fridays now, because that's when the podcast was supposed to be. I don't know if any of you OGs have been on my Instagram seeing all this stuff about the like podcast, but um yeah, it's been a thing. I was supposed to do that. It's actually right now was supposed to be the podcast, but kind of stopped. Not on purpose, just things happen. Things happen. That's okay. Okay. Oh, I actually need this cable too. Cut a bunch of these cables now. Did you hear about the Atari that beat up ChatGPT and Copilot in chess? Oh no! They hooked it up to an emulator to the AIs and it had the hardest time understanding which piece was what, so it lost. That makes me feel a lot better. I don't know, man. These people are trying to say that AI is going to take my job, and I'm like, you guys obviously haven't. Like, I love this programming meme. Somebody basically posted they like asked ChatGPT to make them a website, and they're like, look, I'm coming after your job, and then they send a link to their file explorer, and I'm like, yeah, Yeah, that's literally like half the people that talk to me about this stuff are people that would make that mistake. It's pretty funny. Okay. That should be good. All the wires for the top should be cut now. Okay. Now I need to go back to the data sheet for this one. Load is far right, ENT, this one. That should link up with this one here. Okay. Do I have a Sharpie? I do. I would like to make cuts. Oh my gosh, no kidding. AI art is really bad. It's harmful for everybody. I mean, obviously the people are profiting, but it's like you're contributing to the problem. You're not creative. You're not cool. You are basically just stealing someone else's work and taking credit for it. And it's totally unacceptable and disrespectful. I mean, in general, especially at like craft fairs and stuff like that. Some people are like making prints and stuff like that of AI art, and they're like, look at this and look at my art. And some people on like Instagram even have gone as far as to like only make money from generating AI scenes and stuff like that. And they don't even admit that it's AI, but it's like blatantly obvious. And that is really bothersome. Bothersome to me anyway. I mean, I'm not like, I don't know. It's somebody created that, and now they aren't getting money for something that they did create. And it's just not a good thing. Okay. Bend. I'm going to use this as a reference for where all my bends should be. Okay. Hopefully that's not bad. If you saw what I did, which I mean you should have been able to see that. I don't know, I've never done that before. So we'll see if that backfires or not. Let's go ahead and plug. Actually, we'll do this one just so I know where I'm at. Blop, blop, blop. And that plugs into this first one here. That should give me some like nice wiggle room. Okay, I'm just gonna mass bend these wires and then cut them. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Have you guys seen that video of the AI robot? This is before ChatGPT, but it's like a tic-tac-toe game, and or noughts and crosses if you're from Europe. But this AI bot thing, somebody was playing tic-tac-toe, and they put like you had like your tic-tac-toe board, blah 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 blah, and then there you go. I don't know why I did it that way, but you had your tic-tac-toe board, and the player was like, okay, I'm going here. I'm the player, I see circle. And then the robot was like, okay, I'm X. And then the player then like went here, and then the robot did this, and then the player did this. And he's like, I won. And then the robot put an X on top of that and then marked it out and said you lost. And it was actually, I found it pretty comical, but I know that was probably, I mean, I'm sure everybody thought it was comical. It was before the whole AI being a huge problem, but alas, I'm not a fan of AI art, but I've used it as placeholders. I think that's fine. Like, I've used, how do I want it? generally I've used it as like a template, like you've said. So like coming up with a flow chart for something, and then I'm like, okay, cool, that's like a good flow, and now I'm just gonna take that, use it as like my structure, and then I'm just gonna like change things around that actually work for me, and then blah 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 blah, just to get like the hard work out of the way. But generally, I don't even really do that a lot, just sometimes. Oh, I started cutting that wire. I didn't even finish it. How do you think we can avoid AI slot? Because AI is making websites and blogs, which AIs use, then see as real data, and then the process repeats over and over, slowly turning everything into false info. I actually saw a full YouTube video about this, and I don't know. I genuinely, it has to be at the government level. The whole world has to decide whether or not we're going to continue with this AI slop thing, because people are profiting off of it. My siblings, mainly just like, my siblings are falling for it. Not my parents, but like so many adults are falling for this AI slop. And if you're not educated or knowing or in the field, you're not going to realize that certain things are those cases, and it's really bad. And then seeing these headlines, or seeing like being at, for example, being at the Canadian border and being like, oh, we're going to war with Canada, and then it's like, oh my gosh, what? That's obviously not true. But a lot of people don't think logically, because they trust someone that looks like they're in a news anchor, and they're not like doing it as a joke, obviously. So a lot of people just trust this stuff, and it's a big, big, big concern. So I think it's at the government level. I don't think there's much more to it. I think it's either the businesses get really rich, or the government decides enough is enough, which I don't really see that happening for the United States in particular. Um, but there's also the idea that, which, oh, I don't know how this would turn out, but the internet is already sanctioned off, right? So like New Zealand stuff is in New Zealand. Um, United Kingdom stuff is United Kingdom, and it's like sanctioned off by. I'm not too versed into it. I mean, that's complicated stuff. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, you could possibly, if the United States doesn't make it illegal, the other world might be able to filter out more of the US's stuff, and then try and use some sort of like, I don't know. Some people might just have to use AI to combat AI. That's one thing. It's one of my solutions, is using AI to identify AI slop. But then the problem is yeah, obviously, if I don't know, there's always going to be someone that finds a way around it. Yeah, no kidding. I don't I'm not a war person at all. I don't really believe in war. But it's like, I don't know. Why can't we all just settle everything over a game of chess? I think the whole problem is the fact that no matter what, people in the positions of powers are way too like petty, I guess. So it's like they aren't going to, they're going to be like, "Oh, I just lost this game of chess. Well, you know what? You know what else I can do? I can just kill you instead. Or I'll just take it from you." And it's like a bunch of children, man. Just, I don't know. Cuz I don't know, I always heard the adults at my school. um I know that some of the teachers, they would always be like, eventually all the wars are going to be fought by robots, and it's only going to be robots. And I'm like, no, you fail to understand. It's the fact that no matter what, these people still, like, nothing's going to happen until a world leader's dead, or I don't know. It's like almost like children's in power or something. It's like no matter what, if you're going to try and eliminate this person, unless if they're like genuinely a bad person, like some people in history. Okay, too much ranting. AI companies will probably bail the U.S. government. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Or make a partnership. One thing I'm worried about is AI assisted drones for. Yeah, that's how it got on that topic. I'm pretty sure it has been tested and slightly used in the Russian-Ukraine war. That might have been what Germany did. Germany developed like drones that had insane range, and everybody kept, like, my students kept making Black Ops 2 references, which was totally shocking because they were like 5 when Black Ops 2 came out, and I was like playing Black Ops 2 when it came out. Not that I'm like that old, but I will get into some on the topic character limit. So whatever. There's a character limit? I just realized what you said. There's a character limit to AI? How are you supposed to explain your stuff without writing the Bible, you know? Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know there's a character limit. Good to know, I guess. These wires are a little bit long. Didn't realize how long I made these wires. But, oh well. Oh, character limit to YouTube chat. Sorry, I thought we were talking about AI. I didn't even, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even know that. It's probably to, like, prevent spam. I don't think I can turn it off. I can try. I doubt it, but for the viewers. Okay. No. Unless, no, I can't find anything about it. Fortunately, I would like to make them longer, but I don't know how. Or like, get rid of the character limit, I guess. What I have to say. Okay. Now I can do these. There we go. That top's done. Sorry for the silence. Okay. Now I need to cut this wire. It's at this length. I would like for this to be to... Whoops. Wrong one. Here. Okay. Good job. The Katara is costume is complete. Now Zuko and Katara can dress up together tomorrow for the Halloween party on November 1st. It wasn't my decision, yeah. Math quiz. Count from 0 to 30 by twos. As in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Now count from 0 to 30 by threes. Oh no. Okay. 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Then count to 30 by 60s. Oh, sixes, sorry. Okay. 0. What are you doing to me? 0, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. There we go. Did your math quiz. How do you feel? I feel abused. Okay. Let's make sure this works. Connection to this spot here. Good, good. Looks good. Now you have a 100-floor building and you have 2 glass marbles. If either marble falls more than 10 feet, it will break. Each floor is 10 feet tall. Okay. What is it now? What is the question? What is the easiest way to find out exactly which floor the marble will break from? What is the easiest way to find out exactly which floor the marble will break from? Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say I'm like half awake right now. So let that be a warning. I might be getting ready to retire for the night. Count to 499,999 by 31s. No thanks. That is way. That's no thanks. Okay. You don't know how many floors it will take the marble to fall. It will take the marble to fall to break. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Trying to... These 3, I think. And... about here. Okay. Okay. And then your question is... what is the easiest way to find out exactly which floor the marble will break from? Oh gosh. Sorry, had a yawn. Had a break for a yawn. Well, I'm glad it's divisible by 31. That makes life a whole lot easier. Definitely. Okay. So it's just like how it counts. So base 3, which is hard to represent with fingers really, but it's like, gosh, yeah, I get it. 1 2 0 1 2 flip, 0 1 2 flip, 0 1 2 flip, 0 1 2, but it would be like 0 1 2 1 0 1 2 1 0 1 1 1 2 2 0 2 1 2 2 1 0 0, and then it'd be like that, right? If I made a century core, I don't even know what that is, and counted by 6, I could count by 2 or 3 natively in the architecture. Oh. See, what I need you to explain to me, because this is the part I don't understand, is how do you make a computer in any other base than, like, I understand that, like, binary, because base 2, wires on, wires off, easy as that. How does a computer be any other base than that? That's a really big number computer animates. I think I'm gonna pass. Maybe in a different live stream that's more focused on that. Maybe every time I scream in a video game, I'll count to that for a live stream. Um, with no memory bus overhead, it emulates. Okay. -1 0 1 balanced. So it's not necessarily a 0 1 2, it's -1 0 1, and it takes those I guess that's kind of how like the quantum computers work. I think it's like depending on what state they're in, so I guess that actually makes sense. um like, it's crazy, I'm like the only one who hasn't heard of this. Oh, so two brands, 0 -1 0 1 as a balanced, and 0 1 2 as unbalanced. Is it okay? So that's a new concept to me. When is a case when you need 0? When's the case you use the balanced versus the unbalanced? Oh, I didn't know it. So this is a concept. It's not actually an executed thing. Okay. Should be able to finalize the assembly of this now. So we will go ahead and do this one here. So that's blah, blah, blah. Here. Plugs in here. Push that back. This is the messiest one I've made so far. but it's only because of my mess up earlier. I just wanted to get this done really quick. So for exact use cases, I must admit I don't know. Scenery is a concept. Okay, and if we emulate with super expensive. Huh. Well, that's really fascinating stuff. I don't know how I've never heard of this before, but this sounds like a really cool field. I would say it's just one of those things that it's like no use because we're like focused on quantum computing, I guess. But okay, I have all this now that I can throw away. So I'm gonna do that. The waste is insane. Okay, we're back. And we've thrown away our stuff. Let's do this bottom part. Which means I can migrate this program counter here. Temporarily, for now anyway. Till I put it here. But I need to see my pins. Do you think CPUs will ever use light receivers like fiber optic cables for better response and scalability? Pretty sure that there's a company that's trying to do that. I don't know if it'll ever catch on. I think that to the extent that we have things, the speed of the transistor is already slowing things down. So it's like, unless if they're trying to create a light-based transistor, which sounds next to, like, it's like quantum computing is already going to be faster because of like how many bits we can control. It's like how many bits are in a qubit? Is it like 12? How many bits in a qubit? Okay, I might. Or how many states is a qubit? I asked that question wrong. How many states in a qubit? There we go. A qubit has an infinite number of possible states because it's in addition to the classical states of 0 and 1. What? How does that work? See, I can't even wrap my head around some of this stuff. I'm a very linear thinking guy. Whenever I'm told something's infinite, my brain's just like, what? So yeah, that's wherever I run into that problem. Base 2, base 3, base 6, or mod 6 is a type of arithmetic. Base 60? So with quantum error correction, we can use Turing to give confidence levels to the expended state of qubit. Oh. Gosh. This is too much for my brain to handle right now. That is so intense. You guys are brilliant. That is beyond my ability of thinking, especially this minute. Okay. Um, Quantum computing is a game of peekaboo with infinity and seeing if it exists or not. But when we look, we don't always know if it's there or not. So we use confidence levels or error correction. It kind of reminds me of the Schrodinger's cat thing. It's like it's both there and not, but whenever you open the box, you find out. Wow. Yeah, we're speaking of crazy stuff. Getting really advanced. I do think I'm just worried that I mean it's like I do think a lot of people are like we can create this, but I've heard a lot about quantum computing lately and how powerful it is. And did I say quantum computing? I don't know. I'm that tired that I don't even remember what I'm saying anymore. Um, I've heard that quantum computing is getting so advanced. Not like obviously like Google or whatever has there. It's not in like the citizens' hands. Otherwise, it could be bad. I know it's in the experimental state, but I've heard it's going to be very dangerous when it is out because it's going to be so fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Schrodinger's cat stuff, man. You're using really good big words. Are you sure that you guys aren't like rocket science? Not okay. I don't want to be dumb. Are you sure you guys aren't like just these really advanced scientist engineers right now? Because you sound like you could definitely be in a lab right now. You're speaking so advanced. Ooh, this one's like perfect length. That one this size. Um. Oh, come on. Ooh, that wire's a little way too long. Okay. Let's cut this one down just a little bit. I guess it's all about perspective, isn't it? I mean, it really is like what you're passionate about, it's easy to learn about. What you're very interested in, it's easier to learn about it. I struggled until I pretty much was like, you know what? I think I might like school now. And then things got a lot easier for me. And the whole problem was kind of like just finding the motivation. Um, Nice. That's funny. Okay. This one also needs cut down a little bit. We will cut him to about here. But I'm glad I'm able to reuse some of these wires. That's valid. That last phrase kind of... Hang on. Maybe I just need to say it out loud. PSA, public service announcement. I choose peace and kindness. It is a reversible decision. Don't be afraid to know what you know. Don't be afraid to know what you know. Woo. Mouthful. Yeah. I think knowledge is extremely underrated. That's something that a lot of people don't. I'm just gonna flat out say, I've noticed this is a problem, but I'm a little convinced that the world is trying to have a lot of like, I don't want to say like actual dummies, like people being dumb. I mean, like, they really want people, grunt workers. Do you think a lot of companies are trying to get people, grunt worker people? So they're trying to promote like, oh, it's okay to work at McDonald's, or it's okay to do this. They want grunt workers. Okay, you have fun, computer animates. I'm probably gonna get off in a little bit anyway, because I'm starting to not understand the things I'm saying, if I'm being honest. But it was nice chatting with you. I'm glad you were able to make it. Ooh. Man. I might have to wrap this up tomorrow. I'm actually getting really tired. Been streaming for about 3 hours, so I think I'll try and make it till 8 more minutes. Yeah, I don't want to get political. It's very easy for me to, and it just shouldn't. Just shouldn't. I mean, nope, I just shouldn't. Keep it at that. I need that cut there. Yeah, I'm totally down. It's, you can easily find, I think you can find my Discord server, and then you can find me on there. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, we could definitely chat. That sounds good to me. I like making connections. So, yeah, no kidding. TikTok panels, Facebook group community chats, you know. You know how it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to make the next 8 minutes. And then once the 8 minutes are up, I'm probably going to get off, cuz I'll just wait until it's 6 minutes now. Search Darth Looper on Discord. I just sent you. Oh, hope that was the right one. Ah. Okay, I sent you one. Awesome. There we go. Yeah. Where I'm at. Here I am. Here we are. Put this one down here. And that connects there. Fantastic. This breadboard's gonna look a lot funkier, but at least I'll be able to distinguish if I lose all my labels. Be like, oh yeah, that's indeed my program counter. He's just a little funky. There we go. That one's done. And then I just need the 4 more inner ones, and I believe I'm done. Fact. Nope, too short. I won't throw those away. They're a little long enough to keep. So I'll just go ahead and plug those in on this breadboard and have them be useless. And then I'll probably throw them away in the future at some point. Did you get my friend request on Discord? Oh. Okay. Got it, got it. Makes sense. Yep, I'll check that out later for sure. Next. I need to throw those away, cut 4 more wires, and test this thing. Yeah, I'm not a parent. I'm a parent to a cat. Oh, that was the last of my green wire. Throw that out. Oh, replaced almost half of my colors. Whoa. I was supposed to use 2 different colors, and then I kind of wasted a bunch. Whoops. Here we are. Whoa! I just hit my head on my phone. Okay. And I just need these 4 itty-bitty little wires. I'll cut it here. Yeah, literally. No. Definitely not a Nazi. Although, you never know nowadays. That's all I'll say. Thanks. Yeah, cat's pretty nice. Although she's a little mean sometimes. She's very moody cat. But I don't mind. Don't mind at all. Oh yeah. Grammar Nazi, I guess. Okay. I might be able to get away with cutting this wire just a little short. Hopefully. No, I don't want to risk that. Oh man. That's okay. sometimes politics are okay. Sometimes they get a little too much. Current politics are getting too much, just a little bit sometimes. Sometimes they're okay. When things are calm. Oh. Wait, nope. Yep. I need one more. Okay. And boom. There we go. We're good. Okay. Now, all I need to do, shape, and cut. I'm probably just going to test and see if that works out. Then cut them all the same size. Is that the same? Pretty much. Thanks. I've been... Oh, I really need to get back. I just need to get in the mindset. Every single weekend has just been super busy for me, and that's like when I get ahead. I am kind of following a guide. I'm following a logic guide. So if you've ever heard of the course Nanda Tetris, I'm following that as my its logic and its instruction set and all of that. I'm following Nanda Tetris in that case. But for everything else, I'm kind of like winging it. It's my own like version. It doesn't tell you how to add a keyboard controller. It doesn't tell you blah, blah, blah. No, I wish. I started learning how to do Minecraft like redstone stuff. Especially like with logic gates. I did start doing that, but that was for the YouTube video or the Instagram reels, I guess, or the Instagram or YouTube shorts. I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you found me on YouTube or if you just saw my video being live. I have no clue, but that is the only Minecraft redstone I've ever known. I have to verify that word real fast, or the acronym. Yes, yes. I am breadboarding that. Oop, that's short. Yep, pretty much. Really cool guide. Somebody else has done it just to make sure that it's like actually possible. The only thing is that the way their instruction set works and the way they made their computer is that their RAM can be written to and read from at the exact same time. So I had to turn my CPU into a multi-cycle CPU. So on this cycle it does this, on that cycle it does that, so on and so forth. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think a lot of my Instagram folks came over here. It really blew up on Instagram. Like the very first, like the day 2 of building a computer from scratch, that video, I don't know if you've seen it. Literally a quarter of a mil, like I think it's almost 500,000 views on Instagram now, and it's gotten me like thousands of followers. I say thousands as if it's like a lot, but yeah, no kidding. I really hope we have a lot of fun doing whatever. I mean, even if you're like, bro, you should build this new crazy computer concept, I'll be like, why not? If we can make it in a simulator, I could probably figure out how to make it on a breadboard. That's kind of my thing. I don't know. I'm not the best. That's for sure. Like, I leave that to Ben Eater. And yet he's a huge motivation because he never even graduated from school learning this stuff. He just learned it himself. And I was like, really? That means I can do this. And he's like a genius. That is a-okay. I'm on Instagram just to post my shorts. I mean, I have my personal Instagram, but other than that. But I'd like to definitely have some friends that I can talk to about this stuff. And even if you wanted to make videos, then or content creation, we could like stream and chat together so people can to make the streams more entertaining, you know? That makes sense. If you're willing to do that. Oh, sick. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that a lot. Resources are always fantastic, especially when you kind of don't know what you're doing. I mean, college pretty much taught me how to Google professionally. That's all I'm saying, and I'm still not that great at it. Yeah, lives. Lives would be fantastic. You just like come in on one of the Fridays. We're just chatting, helping me reply to comments, um, all that, and then I can keep building my breadboard stuff. Sounds like a blast. Or podcast. Apparently, I'm still supposed to get this podcast up and going, and you can definitely be one of the like people in there, because we just two people is a little difficult sometimes. Having three people, I think, is like a good minimum for like a podcast. I know some people do it with only two, but personally, I think the three is good. Okay. This is my what pin? Clear pin. Okay. Oh my gosh, I probably needed to connect pin um pin 1 as well. Wait, no, I didn't. I need to ground those. Those need to go to a very specific direction at all times. Okay. Let's connect this one really quick. Okay. We have ground and then positive here. Sorry for my silence. Just trying to get this assembled really fast. Okay. Very good there. Let me register, or let me... Here we are. Deregister. What direction have those positive? I just don't remember sometimes what direction things need to go. Let's use some of these really quick. Just... Oh, great. Bend that up. I do know this is completely random, but I do know someone that is working on a quantum computer in a quantum computer lab at a college campus. Because one of my teacher friends, their husband works at one. And I'm like, wow, that's totally awesome. Just random. I don't know. I'm just trying to yap. Okay. Good. Let's test this guy. Okay, officially put that there. And then all of these pens here. Okay. Whoops. There we are. 8 more pins. LEDs. Coolio. Now all I need to do is go right here for clear. And then one more for direction. Nope, output enable. And I want it to be on. So hang on, gotta think about that. By default, it is on. So pause. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. I think by default, you pretty much always want the program counter to be on. But, well. Yeah, I think you always do. I don't know. My brain's not really fully working right now. Okay. Clock. Positive. Nope. That was negative. Negative. Positive. Clock pulse. Then let's connect this power guy up. Figure out if this is working. If not, I'm not fixing it tonight. That's way too much. Okay. First of all, make sure this breadboard doesn't explode. Perfect. Clock. That's a fantastic sign. Let's wait until we get some data over here. I trust that all these work. I'm just going to have to deal with that. Okay. Awesome. Noted. Weird. Is it because of the clock? Oh, it is. Oh. Wait, what? That's weird. Okay. I'll just have to make a note that tomorrow. What's that pin do again? Oh, that's load. So that technically loads all the pins. And then technically if I do that, it'll start us from scratch. Well, not scratch. I don't know why I said that from first. Okay. I think for now, we're good. So I'm just going to leave it at that for this live stream. We completely get to check this off the list. Transfer program counter to regular board and complete it technically. So that is now good. All I have to do is assemble the CPU with the CPU logic, control logic, I guess. This has been an eventful live stream. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I enjoyed all the chats I had with you guys. But I guess that means I will see you guys on Friday, next Friday, where it'll be November and cold. Good night, everybody.